Well, a little bit of a delayed start here today on the updates. Last night was rough. I finally found a place that I could camp. Pulled into this little BLM area, and pretty nice night. You know, it was a sub camp, and sat and watched the sunset over the mountains and the prairie, and then woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning in the bed of the truck. You know, covered in a snowdrift. Not completely, but I had wind blowing snow into the bed of the truck, and I had a nice layer of snow on everything. So that's how I started my day. And yeah, so I'm in Landers, kind of doing a little bit of a reset right now, and then get back on the road. So the second part of the update is, you know, I pulled into Landers, got some used a restroom at the gas station to change my clothes and clean up a little bit, baby wipe down and put some deodorant on and wash my face and that kind of thing. And then went across the street to a nice little restaurant and grabbed me some breakfast. That was nice. Sit down and have a nice little breakfast and some coffee. And then I just spent the last, I don't know, hour reorganizing the truck because it was looking like a bomb went off. So between the you know, the cab of the truck and the bed of the truck, it was a mess. So I emptied everything into this parking lot I'm in right now and reorganized everything. So, but next leg of the trip, I'm going to head over to stop by Riverton, say hello to Kafaru, and then head on up to South Dakota. Well, good morning. Didn't do really much chit chat yesterday with updates. I was in well, I woke. I'm not even sure what I've talked about at this point. But I woke up there in that spot in Wyoming. There it was like by South Pass. And it was a interesting morning. I woke up at like 6 o'clock in the morning because it was super windy, and I was like, something feels weird. Like I almost felt kind of like wet. I was in my sleeping bag, but I wasn't like, it was like my face. But I unzipped my sleeping bag and took a look, and I was in the bed of the truck, and because I pulled in kind of late, and didn't feel like setting up a tent or anything like that. And it was, so I was climbing the back of the truck, but I can't close the bed to the tailgate or the window on my topper when I get on the cot. But I woke up and the wind was blowing snow. It wasn't snowing, it was just snow on the ground that was drifting. It was blowing so hard, it was blowing it into my bed of my truck. So the clothes I'd sit out to change into, clean clothes, were all covered in snow. My sleep bag was covered, the whole bed of the truck was covered in snow. So I drove down to Landers, which wasn't far from where I was camping, and pulled in, got some coffee, and then went across the street and had some breakfast at a diner because, I mean, the bed of the truck was a wreck, and I was just kind of like, I don't feel like dealing with all this right now. And it was super windy up there, you know, so in the wind blowing snow, trying to cook breakfast wasn't going to work. So I grabbed some breakfast, and then I just kind of tooled around there a little bit, checked it, Landers out, pretty cool little town, and then cruised down from there to Riverton, and then went into the new Kafaru showroom they have there. That's really cool. They were super friendly in there, showed me around. You know, great time sitting there talking with them. Turns out the one woman's son's a captain in the Marine Corps, just got stationed in Camp Pendleton, Semper Fi dude. And her oldest son, his name is Garrett, like me. So that's cool. And then from there, I was really, I wanted to get to where I'm at now in Spearfish, South Dakota, because there's really not much exciting going across the rest of Wyoming. It's just flat prairie. And although I saw a super ton of mule deer and pronghorn, a lot of pronghorn. It was unbelievable the amount of pronghorn I saw. So that was cool. I mean, I got to see, like, look around and see some stuff while I was driving. All 2-lane roads, you know. I've been until today. Until last night. I mean, I hadn't been on an interstate in like a week. All just the back roads of America. And then I got here at Spearfish last night, kind of late. It was after dark, and so I drove. It's a small town, 12,000 people. That's what the sign says. I just drove down the main drag here in town. It was cool. It was like, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. Looked like kind of cool in the dark. And then, but I was going to the other side so that I could get to the National Forest. Black Hills National Forest is right on the other side, on the border of the town. To find a place I could pull over and sleep for the night, so I can come into town and check it out. But didn't sleep really much at all. I was just restless. I slept in the truck and I'm glad I did. I must have had a premonition because it started snowing, which was awesome. So I finally, I guess it was like, I don't know, 4:30, I gave up on trying the sleep thing. Just, I don't know what my deal was. I was like wide awake. Just couldn't fall asleep. I was like kind of a little bit here and there, but not really. But I drove down into town, and because I was like, I'm not going to sit here with the snow, especially where I was off the road. I don't know what was going to happen, so I didn't want to be stuck. And I was kind of down off of like dip off the pavement, so I feel like when I'm like messing with it, no sense in having a problem. But it's still snowing, and it looks like we could get 3 or 4 inches from what the weather report says. So this is getting kind of sporty today. Found the one gas station, the one anything that is open in this town of Spearfish right now, and got some coffee. The lady was very nice. She must have known I was having a rough morning. Gave me coffee on the house. So thank you to the woman at the gas station in Spearfish for taking pity on the guy that looks like a homeless man who didn't sleep and really needed some coffee. But at any rate, I'm waiting for the sun to come up a little bit and waiting to figure out what I'm going to do about food, because cooking on the tailgate right now is probably not going to work out real well for me in the current state of affairs. So that's a pretty cool little bakery looking thing across the street. They open in an hour and a half. So I'm probably going to go there. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I really was looking forward to today, looking around this place, because this is a place I've wanted to come to for a long time. Jessica and I, my wife and I, have talked about it a lot, seen stuff about it, heard things about it, you know. So I was looking forward to kind of checking this place out. It's this real small, little cool town. It's Black Hills National Forest right here. A lot of cool stuff. So we'll see when the sun comes up here, and I can kind of take a look around, assess the situation, see what happens with this snow. The plow trucks are out plowing right now, but it's still snowing pretty good. So we'll see what happens. And then I'm heading towards Iowa this afternoon, or maybe this morning, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Just depends what happens. And then I'm gonna visit some friends of mine in Iowa, and then from there it's get home. So there you have it. There's my ordeal today. Stay tuned. I'm sure it'll get even more sporty. In case you were wondering, things haven't gotten any better. It's pretty rough. I got breakfast. Well, let me back up. I went and got some coffee, and then hung out at the coffee shop for a few hours, did some pure work, worked on a blog and some more stuff, waiting for the sun to come up to kind of figure out what my plan was going to be. Check the weather, and was not looking good. In fact, it was looking like it was going to get worse. So I was like, let me get some breakfast and then get on out of town. And that's what I did. And I'm heading east on I-90, and it is a whiteout. It is a mess out here. I pulled into a rest area because I really had to go to the bathroom, and it's just a mess. So yeah, it's gonna be a long day, but I just gotta keep going, otherwise I'm gonna get stuck in this. Just go slow. So off I go. Well, the situation has deteriorated. I made it to Wall, that Wall drug, and this is what we got going on. Look at that, with my truck. And you can see it is a giant mess out there. They shut the highway down, so I can't go any farther. There's no way around it either. They shut everything down, and that's what it's going to be. So I don't know when they're going to open it up. I'm trying to figure that out right now. One person I talked to at the gas station said that they had heard tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm sleeping in my truck at a gas station or if I'm going to try and find a hotel here. There's a couple around, so we'll see. But as usual, the adventure always continues. Well, I'm finally back on the road. After the ordeal of yesterday, you know, they shut down the highways in South Dakota, so I got stuck there in Wall, hung out Wall drug for a little while, messed around. Never been there before. Driven by, I don't know how many times, but never stopped. So I went and hung out there and got a room, got a shower. That was kind of cool. And slept in a bed. That was kind of cool. But back on the road, heading to Iowa. I'll stop visit some friends in Iowa tonight, and I'll get back on the road tomorrow, making the mad dash towards home. Probably, I don't know, tomorrow's what, Sunday? And maybe Monday night, Tuesday morning, or Tuesday midday, I can be back in at the house in Virginia. But yeah, I just crossed over the river here. Not far from Sioux City, but there are ducks and geese galore, thousands of them out there. Just watched a flock come in, land. There's a bunch of ducks right there flying. But yeah, pretty cool. I've been seeing tons and tons of geese out in the fields leading up to here. I'm in Chamberlain, South Dakota, and I've seen thousands of snow geese and Canada geese out in the fields. And then I've stopped here, just take a little break at this little park after I stopped at the gas station and saw all these guys down here. It's pretty cool. But yeah. Yep. At any rate, that's the story here this morning. So not a whole lot of excitement. I mean, it was pretty rough yesterday driving down the highway. So no wonder they closed the highway down, and then they sitting there all night at the hotel. It was just, the wind was just whipping. I don't even know what the wind speeds were, 30 plus, and then just snow dumping. And of course today it's much nicer. I woke up this morning and it was 13 degrees with like a 4-degree wind chill, and then now it's like right around freezing where I'm at here, but supposed to get up into the 40s today. So there you have it. There's the update. I'm gonna get back on the road, and got about 2.5, 3 hours to go, and I'll be in Iowa visiting some friends. So Guess I'll probably talk to you either later today or tomorrow. But if not, thanks for watching. Make sure you reach down, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, leave some comments, and come back and see us. Thanks.